And hello everyone, my name is Daniel Frison, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to attempt to test all of the IDE components that are just taking up space behind this tower on the right. What is this tower? This is one of the many PCs that I built my sister over the years. This is one of the very early ones. And it has an AM3 Plus motherboard in there that supports IDE, which is all I need it to do. It also has a 450 watt power supply with plenty of Molex connectors, which is all I need it to have. Now, there is no hard drive in here, there are no fans in here, and you might be wondering, why is there a 90mm fan on an 80mm cooler? I didn't have an 80mm fan free at the time of building this, so I just 3D printed an adapter. So, this chip, whatever this chip is, I don't remember what chip this is actually, it stays remarkably cool. Which is a surprise, because I had to solder on an extension to this power supply cable here. I literally just soldered on a, 6-inch connection? I soldered on a 6-inch extension to that power supply cable there, because the EPS cable didn't reach the motherboard. Yeah, this power supply was designed to be above the motherboard, not below it. But before we can get into this, before we can even start with the IDE nonsense that is going to take up the next few hours of my life, I have a few other things that I need to get out of the way. Most notably, my laptop. It's in parts again. Now, if you have been watching my shorts, you'll already know I bought a 1080p screen for this laptop, and it finally arrived. It's the correct screen this time. The first time round it was the wrong screen. And then I discovered that I didn't have the right cable for that screen, because evidently there is a difference. Okay, big deal, I'll buy the right cable. I bought the right cable, and what arrived is not the cable I bought. So I took my laptop apart to swap that cable, discovered that I had been sent the wrong cable, and now I just haven't put my laptop back together yet. And then there's this beast. This is a Dell Precision Workstation 650. It had 1 GB of RAM, and, well, actually, I'll open it up, I'll show you around. Why not? Because I've been messing around with this thing for the past 2 days, and I'm at my wit's end with this. Okay. The inside of this system. You might be wondering, what's under this massive CPU shroud? I'll show you. This thing supports 2 CPUs. There's only one in there, sadly. It's a socket 604 Intel system, supporting very old Intel Xeons. It already has one in there, as well as a ATI graphics card I don't care about. The thing about this system is I can't get it to turn on. Well, it turns on, I can't get it to boot. And I am worried that it actually is a motherboard fault. I've spent the last 2 or 3 days diagnosing this thing, doing everything imaginable to try and get it to turn on. And I have pretty much run out of ideas. I have reseated the CPU, I have tried dozens of sticks of RAM, I've tried different AGP cards, I have removed the PCI SATA adapter that's in there, which is actually a really useful thing to have, but I took it out and tested it without anything plugged in. And there are 2 things that this system will do when I power it on. It will either beep incredibly loudly and for a very long time if I put a dead RAM stick in here, so it is able to complain when the RAM is bad, or the diagnostic lights on the front will light up with light C. Light C. Now, light C, according to the official manual for this, is a board level fault, and the only diagnostic that it tells you to do is to call Dell support. This PC was released in 2004. I'm pretty sure if I actually called Dell support, there wouldn't be anyone working in the support center who's actually qualified to diagnose this PC anymore. Which is a shame, because I really wanted to get this thing working. It's a dual socket Xeon system from 2004, man. I was really excited to get this thing working. So, now that that's out of the way, Let's give this thing a boot SSD. Actually, I don't have a spare SSD right now, do I? Shite. Fine. Let's give this thing a boot hard drive and maybe more RAM. I think this only has 4 gigs right now. Oh, if you're curious about this case, it's pink. It is very pink. At the time that my sister wanted a PC in this case, she still liked pink. I don't know if that's still true. It's been probably 8 years since I built her this PC, and it didn't have this motherboard in it at the time. I think this was it was an 8th gen Intel system that I built her in here. It was an 8600K, I think I gave her. It wasn't this power supply, it wasn't this board. Yeah, she got rid of that system, and then like a year or two later she asked me for another system. So I cobbled together whatever I had on hand. Right, you need a hard drive. So I will give you this one that we have been using way too much recently. What on earth is this monstrosity? Did I solder on? I did. I gave this thing an extra SATA connector. I soldered on an extra SATA connector to this thing. Oh, this power supply is so questionable. You might be wondering, why didn't I just use a better power supply? At the time I built this system, I did not have the inventory of parts that I do now. So, yeah, it was a bit of a last minute, throw together whatever I can find kind of situation. I'm just going to hope that the IDE port on this thing works. It has built-in HD 3000 graphics, so I don't need a graphics card. And yes, that's AMD's HD 3000 graphics, not Intel's HD 3000 graphics, which I think would actually be faster than this thing. Where's the power button on this thing? Okay, might help if I turn on the power supply. Right, we have fan spin. Do we have a display out? Please say yes. Please say yes. Right, let's try the C-Team RAM. Because this RAM has been good to me so far. And it's 8 gigs. 8 gigs is nice. You turn on now? Was it RAM? Yeah, there's no numlock lighting up though. Let me try reseating the chip. Let's try reseating the chip. I don't even know what chip's in here, so this is going to be interesting. It's an Athlon 2 2150. Or 215. It's probably a 215. The 0 on there makes me a bit confused sometimes. There's a bit of fluff in the socket. That shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to have to swap the chip, aren't I? Oh, damn you, motherboards. Why can't I just have a working motherboard, eh? Why can't I just pick up a working motherboard and have it work for a video? Right, is that the problem? Is it just a bad chip? Okay, it's a bad chip. So I have a dead Athlon 2 2150, or 215. Great. And we have booted. Okay. So, I'm going to plug in the IDE drives and reboot. Because IDE is not plug and play. Let's start off with a 160 gig Caviar and an 83 gig Desk Star. Why not? Oh. That doesn't look right. 1 terabyte drive? Excuse me? You are very confused. That is 1.2 terabytes. Yeah, neither of these are 1.2 terabytes. We have a 160 and an 80 gig. What? I have a slight feeling this drive is bad. Just a slight feeling. Okay, we have a 26 gig drive, apparently. This is supposed to be a 20 gig. Why is this broken? Why is this broken? I'm starting to think we don't actually have a problem with these drives. We might actually have a problem with this motherboard. It's limiting me to 4 gigs of RAM, which is weird. And it thinks we have a T4, and it thinks we have a T240 under. I don't even know what font, what characters these are supposed to be. Okay, let's just see if we make it to Windows. Yeah, now this thinks it has a 1 terabyte drive in it. That is strange. That is the second one that has reported as a 1 terabyte drive. Huh. The first one was a Western Digital. The second one was a Seagate. Now, these could just all be completely broken drives. That's possible. But that's a weird way to break. I will try a different drive, and if we get that exact same behavior again, I will I'll use a different computer. And that's another corrupted drive. Okay. Different PC. Okay. Now we have a Core 2 quad system. Hopefully. Okay. It turns on. Good. We get a picture out. It would help if I plug in the monitor. Yep, that would help. Come on, give me a display. There we go. Thank you, P5ND. Thank you very much. And we are still detecting a broken hard drive. Ah. We're not detecting a slave either. That's odd. Although that capacity makes more sense. The annoying thing about that is that's wrong. We have an 80 gig and a 20 gig plugged in at the moment. Okay, we have one working IDE drive. The Desk Star works. Right, so there is something wrong with the IDE controller on the AM3 Plus board. That's the second AM3 Plus board with a dead IDE controller. Hooray! Conveniently, they're both on 700 series chipsets. Hooray! Do we make it into Windows? This is loading Windows off of the hard drive. Is this loading Windows off of the hard drive? Yeah, that's loading Windows off the hard drive. Is this getting hot? Oh, wow, that's toasty. Okay, shite. Yeah, if you're not aware, this gets hot. Very hot. Like, not nice hot. Just getting a blinking cursor. That's helpful. Can it even load the Windows installer on this USB stick? Windows failed to start. A recent hardware or software change might be the cause. A required device isn't connected or can't be accessed. That's a hard drive. For crying out loud, how long does this setup take to load? Okay, we are detecting our 250 gig with a Windows install we can't use right now. We are also detecting our 80 gig with a Windows install that we can't touch because I want to see what's on it. This is taking so long, I've had time to reassemble my laptop. I have had time to reassemble my laptop in the time it took to install Windows 7, and I can't even get my mouse to go over that Restart Now button. Oh, for crying out loud. I have been going 2 hours. It's been 2 hours since I started this nonsense. I need to buy more SSDs. I need to buy more SSDs. You can get them for 10 quid a piece. Next time I'm paid, I'm buying 5 SSDs just to have them on hand. Okay, why don't we just call this user temp, because it's the temp PC. This Windows installation is not surviving this madness. I started this at 5. No, I started this at 4. Oh god, I started doing this at 4. It is 6:30 PM. I thought this would be a really quick thing. I'd just do it, I'd go and make myself some food, and then I'd edit it while I was eating. I haven't even made the food yet. It's done! It's finally done! Oh, Windows 7. Oh, Windows 7. Oh wow, it's actually responsive because it's not trying to do all these background processes that are forced on Windows 10 and 11. That's amazing. 4 cores, 4 gigs of RAM. Yeah, I'm happy. Can we go to my installation media? Can we install VLC Media Player? Because we'll need that for the DVD and CD drives. Yeah, I'm still going to try and get the DVD and CD drives working. Look at how fast and responsive this is, man. This is a Core 2 quad system running on a hard drive. This is what Windows is supposed to be like on a hard drive. But modern Windows, man, it's full of background processes and active virus scans and malware protection and internet safety. Tracking. It's full of Windows tracking as well. It's complete BS how much Windows hogs down your system by itself. Finally, HD Tune, can we please scan the 82 gig hard drive? If it makes it through this, then I'm somewhat confident in it. You know, I'm pretty shocked. I have a desk star that hasn't broken. Do you know how many desk stars break? What do you mean 78? This is an 82 drive. Is it formatted weird? And we have a drive that I am going to completely destroy. And it won't let me delete a volume in here because it's a protected drive. That's fine. CMD. The selected partition is in use. To continue, use the override. Delete is not allowed on the current boot, system, page file, crash dump, or hibernation volume. Allow me to explain what's about to happen here. The Windows 7 installer, recognizing that there was already an existing Windows install on the 80 gig desk star, had decided that instead of installing a brand new bootloader to the 250 gig SATA drive that I was installing Windows to, it would instead amend the bootloader that already existed on the desk star. In effect, I was loading Windows 7 by first loading Windows off of the desk star. So what I am attempting to do right now is wipe a drive that is responsible for telling the PC how to boot. As you can imagine, that's going to cause me some serious issues. But hey, we have a working desk star. That is a surprise. And we have a 20 gig? Yeah, that is actually a 20 gig. Jesus! It was able to detect it. It's a Windows volume. Apparently, that's interesting. Documents, desktop, no. There's nothing actually on here. It's just an empty drive. Well, that's interesting. Let's see what... I unplugged the drive. Of course that is panicking. The entire system is panicking. Right. Right, well, it made it through that. No errors detected. Can I format the drive or just delete the volume? Yep. Make a new one? Yeah. Okay, we have another working drive. Good, that's 2 down. Now for the Western Digital Black Edition. This beast, 80 gig drive. Let's see what this does. Hopefully it behaves. Oh, the IDE cable doesn't want to go in. Ah. And there we have a 75 gig partition. NTFS, healthy. What's on it? It's another Windows installation. This time ATI drivers. All the folders on here were made in 2002, 2004. Yeah, this is a pretty old disk. But let's see what HDTune makes of it. Right. No smart errors. 4,244 hours of power on time. That's pretty low for such an old drive. Must not have been a very used computer. Now, hold on. 2002? 80 gig drives still would have been pretty expensive in 2002. I remember the first computer I had with an 80 gig hard drive. That was pretty expensive still. And that was 2005. Okay. Does Windows let me format the drive? Yeah. No nonsense. Nice and quick. Awesome. That is another working drive. Huh. So I spent 2 hours having motherboards messing me around just to find that none of these drives have anything wrong with them. Great. Now for a 200 gig max tour. A very loud 200 gig max tour. A very loud 200 gig max store, Jesus. Oh, it's been wiped by the previous owner. Okay. Formatting. The format did not complete successfully. Unable to format. That's interesting. Delete the volume. Convert to a GPT disk and try again. No. It's not happy with formatting this drive. What does HDTune make of it? Ah. We have an error on the reallocated sectors. 52,000 hours of power on time. This is a very used drive. Yeah. We have a damaged sector at the beginning of the drive, so that's why we can't format. So this drive will have to go in the bin. I'm not keeping failing drives on hand. That's just a recipe for disaster. I'll end up going to use one, forget it's failed, and lose data. Yeah. That's not happy. Right, we've got one bad drive, a 200 gig max tour that makes a lot of noise. Understood. I will put that in the dead pile. Still, we had one dead SATA drive. If we only have one dead IDE drive, that's pretty good odds, I think. Now for the 160 gig Western Digital. The one that was reporting as a 1.2 terabyte drive earlier. And now it's 150 gigs raw. Okay. Let's see if we can format it. Can we format it? Yeah. It formatted fine. What does HDTune make of it? Under 10,000 hours of power on time. No flags. Let's see if you have any bad sectors. Yep. It's fine. Okay. So, one bad IDE hard drive. That I can live with. But I also have two motherboards that are like, yeah, we don't know what to do with IDE. Sorry. And now for the wondrous task of testing all of the CD and DVD drives. Okay, we have a nice pile of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 CD/DVD drives to test. So, for the CD drive, I'm going to test this FreeNAS disc that I found in one of the DVD drives. And for the DVD drives, I'll test the Matrix again, because why not? We'll start off with a BenQ 52X CD reader. Actually, it could be a writer. I should check that. No, it makes no claims of being a writer. I think it's just a reader. I need a better Molex, please. Come on, go in the hole. Seriously? Oh, it's a bent Molex connector. I really hate Molex, man. Okay, we have power. Close you. Open up this. And we'll need device manager. Scan for hardware changes. Now, you see, I have unplugged that drive. Do I have to go back to manage, really? There we go. Now it's detected. You gonna work? Are you gonna work? Come on. Says we have a CD-ROM drive. Okay, good. Minimize you out of the way. Refresh this. No. It says we have a CD-ROM drive, but it's not actually giving me a CD-ROM drive here. Really? There! Okay, so is there a disc in the drive? Yes, there is. It's a personal media disc with photos on it of Anne and Steve. Goodwood Lotus. But do we read the FreeNAS install disk? Oh. Oh. It disappeared. Uh-oh. Oh, that's weird. The system knows it's plugged in, but it's not letting me access it. Even if all of these drives work, I am almost certainly not going to keep them. I will probably just keep the DVD drives. Because those are at least mildly useful. Oh. Oh, that is a problem. It's not actually detecting the drive anymore. Okay. Let me plug that back in again. Restart the system. See if it shows up now. I have a very slight feeling that the 80 gig drive that I have just taken out and deleted had the bootloader on it. I have a very slight feeling that the bootloader was on that 80 gig drive. See, this is why you only install Windows with one drive plugged in at a time. Oh, another 20 minutes later. Repair my computer. Can you please just use recovery tools to help? Aha. So, because the boot partition is gone, it just doesn't care. It doesn't see my Windows install. I'm going to have to install Windows again! Why did you turn off? I didn't tell you to turn off. Where's my screwdriver? Something overheat? I mean, no, that has a fan on it. That's fine. Power supply? You overheat? I don't think so. Still have power, so if the power supply had overheated, we'd be dead. CPU's cold. Why are you off? Please tell me that didn't just mess up the Windows installer. Please tell me the Windows install actually worked. Please, just boot into Windows 7. Just do it. Oh, thank God for that. Okay, well, I have absolutely no idea why it turned off, but we're back. Oh, it remembered the time. It's almost 9 PM. Oh, we're finally back to the Windows desktop. Do we detect our disk drive? Yes, we do. Can we eject our disk drive? Yes, we can. Can we read the FreeDOS installation disk? Please. Can we read a disk? Can we read a disk? Have I seriously gone through an entire hour of Windows reinstalling just to discover this first drive is dead? Yeah, if this was working, that would have read by now. Oh, great. All of that to discover the first drive is dead. Out freaking standing. Yeah, that's a no. I'll try a different disc. Benefit of the doubt and all that. Oh, the disc just disappeared. Okay, yeah, it's dead. No, I'm not trying a different disc. I am just going straight to the next drive, although I will recover that CD. Give me my disc. You won't give me my disc. Give me my disc. Thank you. Right, that's going in the dead pile. Damn Molex! Oh, I hate Molex. Right. That's fine. Next up. A CTX branded disk drive. What do you do when I plug you in? Do you have a disc in you? It does. It has a mini CD. USB microphone driver software from Viho. Okay, well that's rubbish. Are we detecting a disk drive? Not there. Are we detecting one in disk management? Do we even have access to disk management? There you are. No. Rescan disks. There we go. It's detected a drive. It has installed the drive. Can we read this disk? Windows is reading a disk. That just spun up very, very quickly. And there we go. We are reading a FreeNAS install disk. That is definitely a 52X drive. That is incredibly loud. Okay. First working disk. Next up is a... Oh, it's the Japanese one. Oh, hooray. This is just a CD drive, so let's see what it does. Wait, what? What is this connector? That's not IDE. Why did you just turn off? It did it again. Why? Anyway, I was... Like, this is an IDE. I am pretty sure if I plug this in... Yeah, I can't. What is this thing? 1998. What are you? Scuzzy. Scuzzy. Okay, that is going to have to go in the I cannot test this pile. I don't have any parallel Scuzzy compatible devices. Oh, okay, DVD this time. DVD, that means it gets to watch The Matrix. Oh, I didn't check if there was anything in that other drive. Is there anything in this Scuzzy drive? Start Windows normally, please. Go ahead. Oh, hold on a second. This doesn't even power up. It's dead. What do you know? I guess that goes in the broken pile. Where is my DVD drive key? There you are. Is there anything inside of this? No. That was exciting. Let's see if you can read a copy of The Matrix. I mean, it should be able to. It's a Sony DVD writer from 2007. 2007? Really? Yeah, 2007. And it's still on IDE? Yeah, there it is. It just works. Right, let me just quickly install CD drive. No, it's a DVD drive, thanks. Let's install VLC so that we can actually play The Matrix. Yeah, this is not happy. Even disk management isn't liking it. I think we might have a dead drive. And Windows is very confused again. Okay, I gave that 10 minutes. Nothing happened. So, Windows is not happy with this drive. Windows is not happy dealing with this drive. Why is Windows not happy dealing with this drive? Is this drive actually bad? Okay, it's picked up the DVD drive. Oh, now it says DVD. It had been saying CD the whole time. Can you read? Windows doesn't seem to have reacted to the fact that I put a disk in at all. Yeah, there's nothing. This drive is dead. It's a dead. Enough. We will move on to the next one. Oh, should get my copy of The Matrix back first. Kind of need that. Next up is... oh, it's a CD drive. Right, let's see if we can get Windows to detect it. And let's see if we can get The Matrix to be read by it. I don't think this one's reading. It's spinning up and spinning down over and over again. That's not a good sign. Yeah, this one might be dead. Nope. Nothing. Right. Let's give it a chance with the CD. And if it can't read the CD, then yeah, we've got a problem. And it's disappeared from the system. Yeah. That's another bad drive. Very, very infrequently do the people that I'm repairing computers for ask if I have a spare disk drive. Very, very infrequently does anyone actually care if I have a disk drive on hand. Right, the next one is an LG DVD-ROM drive. Let's see what this does. Okay, it's been detected. It's there. Interesting. Can you read The Matrix? It sounds healthy enough. But we're not detecting a disk. Yeah, that's a no. It's not even giving me my disc back now. It's not even plugged into the PC. There we go. Give me my disc back. It won't give me my disc back. Fine, I'm forcing you open. Oh, there you go. You didn't want to get forced open, eh? Right, let's try it with a CD. Yeah, that's not playing nice, is it? Yeah. It's just showing up as a CD drive again. Give me that disc. Where did my key go? Give me that disc. Right, now it shows up as a DVD writer. So, when it's attempting to read a disc, it just goes into some kind of panic state. Is that right? You're just completely incapable of reading discs? Yeah, Windows doesn't even know that I'm reading a disc right now. The drive thinks it is. I just hit this thing and it turned off. What? How? That is a very loud CD drive. Come on. We only have CD drives left, and there's only 3 of them. One of these have got to work. Surely. Oh. Front cover of that one just came off. Oh, okay. This one works. Give it up to Sony. They make drives that actually work. Okay, good. We have 1 working drive so far. No, we have 2 working drives so far. That is 2. 5 dead, 2 working. Hooray. Can Windows please just figure out that the disk drive isn't plugged in anymore so I can move on? Seriously? Oh, great. Fine. I'll walk away. I will walk away. Everything will be fine if I just walk away. Oh, hooray. It finally loaded disk management. How about the CD drive? How about the CD drive, eh? Oh, installing device driver software. That's a good sign. It thinks we have 2 CD drives. Okay, there we go. It's back. Can you read? Is this one of those things where the CD drive doesn't work properly unless I start Windows with it? No, never mind. This one works. This one works. Okay. So that's 3 working, 5 dead. No, give me the disc. It took it back. No, give me the disc. 3 working, 5... Now it won't close. 3 working, 5 dead. Look, I will go back to what I said during the unboxing. I never promised any of this stuff worked. I just said I had bought a massive collection of PC hardware. You're allowed to infer from that. This is an incredibly old drive. Hewlett-Packard, October 1998. Yep, oldest one. This is the oldest drive we're testing. This is the oldest drive we're testing. Does it have power? No power. Okay. No signs of life. Let me try a different SATA cable. Oh, now it turned on. Okay. SATA? No, Molex. Molex. I know it's Molex. Don't hit the computer. It turns off if you do that. Something might be wrong with this Molex power connector. Oh, now it's happy with that one. Piece of... Fine. Can we just quickly detect the drive, please? This IDE cable isn't quite long enough. Here, put it on top of a box of the Put it on top of the matrix. That'll work. I didn't see if we did detect it. We detected it? I just opened Internet Explorer. No! Don't tell me both of the HP drives work. Yep, Windows thinks it's reading a disk. And we're done. It works. So that's 4 working, 5 dead. You know, that's not the best. That's not the best ratio, but I'll take it. Give me that disc back. Not the best ratio, but I will take it. Oh, I hit it and that time it didn't turn off. Right. I'm going to have to glue this front cover back on, though. All of the tabs are broken. I could probably salvage a compatible cover from a different drive. I mean, I do have 5 dead ones. They're pretty standard as well. Yeah. Might do. I don't know. But that is it. That is me finally getting around to testing all of the IDE devices. Now there are no more IDE devices. There's very little that needs testing now. It's all the tiny little bits. So thank you very much for watching this insanity. And going back to the very beginning of the video, if you have any idea how I can fix that Dell, let me know. Because I want to work on that, but I can't figure it out. And with it being 21 years old, I can't find any forums talking about it. Yeah, 2004 is a bit early for internet forums to still be, you know, online and accessible. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for something that isn't this madness. Hopefully, I have managed to edit down this 5 hours of footage to something relatively watchable.